Alright guys, welcome back to the tier list video. In this tier list video we're going to be ranking every single Borderlands game. Now I know Borderlands 3 is not here, and that's the simple reason is because I assume this tier list was created before Borderlands 3 came out. Yes, I could create my own tier list, but gotta go through the hassle of doing that, you know what I mean? We're just going to pretend it's here, right? Right, simple guys, alright. So the first Borderlands game we're ranking is the Tales from the Border. I gotta be completely honest here. There's a reason why I haven't ever played section here. This is the only Borderlands game I've not played. This is Telltale series, isn't it? Yeah, this is like the Telltale series. So it's like if you've ever played that Walking Dead game, which everyone's heard of, there's just a lot of chatting. You do actions and you just talk. It's not actually a really proper video game. I mean, people do like it for. I guess it is a proper video game, but it's not a game you really play, you more watch than play. The Batman games like that as well. I've seen a decent amount of it, but I've not played it. I've not played it, but it does help lead to the story of Borderlands 3. It is an important game, but I've just not played it. The next Borderlands game is I was gonna put it down. Right. Next Borderlands game is the pre-sequel. Pre-sequel. Where do I begin? Well, I got the pre-sequel when it first came out in 2014. Yeah, 2014. I legit bought this game day one because I was super hyped. It was like, Borderlands 2. I absolutely love Borderlands 2 much. I decided, I'm going to buy Borderlands pre-sequel. You know what? I'm going to be honest. Okay, it's a little bit of a disappointment. Buying it at 50, £50 or something? I don't know. And it was one of the few games I actually got on last gen that I didn't buy on disc. Not last gen, 2 generations ago. Yeah, I didn't buy on disc. I think it's one of the first games I ever bought on the PlayStation Store. And a year later, they did bring out the Hansen Collection for the PS4 and the Xbox One. I don't know why they brought it out for last gen. A bit strange. Yes, because they worked too much in the game. I don't know, you'd have to look that up. Anyway, so I played this game. Decent story, I don't know. The story was alright. It was getting us into a bit that cringe factor and that. Oh, yeah, what's that word? Borderlands 3 does that does that really, really bad. See, Borderlands 3, I'm not talking about Borderlands 3, the pre-sequel. The lies of Hans and Jack and all that's cool. Don't get me wrong, the characters are sort of interesting. I don't know why they made Claptrap a playable character. That does not make any sense to this canon whatsoever. Good deal of annoying Claptrap units again. True, I get the mood points for that. That's the one thing I love about Hans and Jack. I'm glad Hans and Jack is like Claptrap unit. God. That's one of the few dictatorships I actually like. I'm only joking, but still. The looks, they were a bit of a downgrade. I mean, so hard to get legendaries in that. You didn't get any OP levels, so you only went up to level 70. The DLCs were first, one of the DLC, the Claptrap DLC was okay. It was alright. And the Arena DLC was freaking horrible. Did they not learn from the Moxidon DLC in Borderlands 1? When they did they? Freaking, whatever the name of the DLC is in Borderlands. The pre-sequel was so bad. We did reach the original cast about love and all that, but it does have some interesting points. I don't know where I would put this game. I can be honest, I think if I first played this game, first time I played this game, I'd definitely give it a D. But I've played it over and over the years, and I have like 1/10 of the hours that I played Borderlands 2 on it, I'll be honest. At least it's not like 1/50 of the hours I have the Borderlands 3 on. I don't know. Story was alright. Did have some bad moments. I'll give it B. I'm going to be generous. I'm going to give it a B tier, I think. I might give it a C. We'll see. Next Borderlands game is easily the best in the franchise. This is like one of the top 50 sold games of all time. And there's a reason why Borderlands 2 is the most 50 sold games of all time. It is a masterpiece. Honestly. It fixed pretty much all the issues of the first game, like the lack of mini-map, the storage issues. They added so much more content. The story actually had a proper story, and the story was actually really, really good. One of the best story games ever. Let's not forget Handsome Jack. Probably the top 5 best villains in video game history. And I'm not joking, honestly. I think only a couple beat him. In my opinion, I think he's like top 3. I think the only people who maybe beat him something like Darth Vader or something like that. Even then, Darth Vader's not done the best in games. Yeah, he's probably my favourite villain in history. Character cast is interesting. A lot more interesting characters in the first game, I would say. But the first game characters do return, but they're like your leaders and all that. Oh, the story's just got so much. So much. It's so granted, you do need to play the 3 sequel after Borderlands 2 if you want to understand Borderlands 2 more. But you don't have to play the 3 sequel, that's the thing. The skill trees and all that are good as well. The Commander's good. Commander's easier, the weakest. Siren's good. And let's not talk about the DLC Vault Hunters as well. I've got to get pre-sequels. Props as that. I forgot the pre-sequels added in DLC Warhawks. There we go. I'm giving it a pretty tier because of that. What else? DLCs, absolutely amazing. Alright, Headhunters were a hit and a miss. The Halloween the Headhunter was alright. This snow one, the Christmas one was alright. Mercadays or what's it called. Second one was the Mr. Dog, probably Mr. Dog DLC. Mr. Dog had Headhunter, his grandmother and all that, like chicken thing, that was awful. The beach one was alright. Well, when they released that 5th one, nice. Oh yeah, the wedding one. That was alright. DLCs, Borderlands DLCs. Captain Scarlet and About very, very good DLC. They had one of the best guns in it as well, like the Sandhawk, that's the name of it. Really good. Raid bosses were really good as well. Introduced raid bosses. So that the pre-sequel had one raid boss, but it's introduced raid bosses. Absolutely amazing. Though some of them were absolutely terrible, like Master Yi, God. But you know what? I enjoyed it. The DLC was really, really, really good. Alright, let's talk about the second DLC. The second DLC is Mr. Dogs. I'd probably say this DLC is. It was okay. I wouldn't say it was the best, I would say it was the worst. It was about you getting up to higher ranks in this arena thing. Then in the ending, then you have to fight all the bosses. The Rex guy was kind of pointless, it was kind of absolutely useless at the end of the DLC, which the Captain Booty DLC did decent at the look like complete the DLC. Really decent. I won't say it wasn't the best, but it's the second best, I would say. Yeah, what else did that do? Pirate Free boss fight. It was alright, it was an alright DLC. DLC 3, the what's this one? Amalok's DLC was probably the worst. Too short, that was the problem with it. The side quests were freaking god awful. The spider big boss that you got to summon in, like on uranium, and it's not worth it. They're like decades. I didn't even know who the heck that boss was. And I'm being dead serious until like 4 years after the game. Because it's such a weird way you got to spawn him in. Then you got to fight hordes of enemies. The video was alright. The raid bosses were alright in DLC. DLC was okay. Tiny Tina and that Dragon DLC. Amazing. Oh, not my favourite, I would actually say favourite is my Captain Booty, but really good DLC. Really fun. Let's get on with this. And finally, the final DLC, Assault of the Century. I think that DLC was a bit weak, to be honest. The more I think about it, I think before Borderlands 3 came out, I gave that DLC a lot more proper happening than it was events Borderlands 3. You're like, yeah, this DLC is not good because it doesn't really make sense to watch the events of Borderlands 2. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. That DLC, the Attack on Century, what the heck it's called. And I hate that DLC. I got it for free, obviously, but it was so stupid that they were charging money if you didn't get it when it first came out. I got lucky though. I got it both times for free. OP levels were amazing. Level cap was amazing. First it was 72 for about 5 years, then increased it to 80. It's a bit of a strange change. The thing I don't like about Borderlands 2 is, oh my god, see when Gearbox, the crossplay thing in PC, I don't know what the hell they did when they introduced crossplay in PC, but they freaking broke the game. They should have just kept Borderlands series on freaking Steam, honestly, on PC. I don't know why they had to put it on the Epic Store. I don't care about the Epic Store. S tier, easily S tier. Great story, great campaign. Alright, Borderlands 1. The original Borderlands came out in 2009. I didn't play this game when it first came out. I played this after Borderlands 2. And the story was awful. I didn't really have a story at all. Yeah, they didn't really have a story at all. Characters were interesting. The deal, characters were interesting. The story was, as I said, it was okay. But I did introduce 2 playthroughs, which was amazing. Hardly any game does that, where you can replay the game and you get more and more levels. Hardly any games at the time. It's a looter shooter. Looter shooters weren't really a thing in the early 2000s. As far as I know, I didn't think it was any looter shooters. So probably there's one or two unpopular ones that I can't think of the top of my head. First, Borderlands made the looter shooter franchise what it is today. Let's talk about the DLCs. The Doctor said DLCs. Doctor Ned. I don't know. Zombie DLC, it was okay. The Moxie Dome DLC, freaking awful. What was the first DLC? General Knox DLC. I would say it's good. My only downside about it is you had to try it. It felt like you were driving forever to get to the next location in the DLC. And if you like died or save the game, you had to go so back. The fast travels were a lot of thought as well in that game. You had to travel forever. The final DLC. Final DLC was really good, assuming you didn't get lost in the cave. Which I did in my playthrough on it on PC, and I just gave up and I said, you know what, I'm not going to do this. But that's why I never finished the DLC. The last DLC in that game. It's like 3 hours. I thought I was going to complete 2 DLCs in like 3 hours because it was crazy. Alright. I'm going to give it 8 here. Now let's talk about Borderlands 1 Remastered while we're here as well. Borderlands 1 Remastered improves upon the features of Borderlands 1 by adding like minimap and all that, and fixing a few of the issues. And added like some skins, about like 6 new legendaries, which was cool. The destroyer buff, they said the buff. I don't think that it changes the destroyer boss whatsoever. But I don't remember the last time I fought the destroyer boss, the original Borderlands was whatever. Let me know if they actually did change it a little bit. But a lot of people said they barely did anything with it. Or they didn't do anything at all. The console version. Oh god, man! I remember I played Borderlands 1 Remastered on console when it first came out. I couldn't join a friend whatsoever on PlayStation 4. We couldn't join ourselves at all. It was so stupid and irritating. And then we had 4 characters as well. The original as well. Yeah, it was okay, I guess. The remake wasn't that good. I don't think it's the original. They caused a lot of problems. It's a remaster. They barely done anything. And PC, oh my god, let's not talk about the PC version of Borderlands 1 Remaster. It is the most unoptimized piece of shit ever, and you don't think nobody plays the game. Everyone plays the original on PC, and I'm pretty positive on that. It's because you have like an hour to 2 hour timing, and it don't matter if you're using an RTX 3090 or a freaking GTX 2, freaking GeForce 100. Yeah, the GeForce 100 won't play like a GT 710. Your game will be unplayable like in an hour. Then you got to close down the app, you got to quit the game to fix it, then you're on an hour time limit, then you get frame drops. So for Borderlands 1 Remastered, I gotta be honest with you. Alright, Borderlands 3, let's just pretend Borderlands 3 is here. So I've not played any of the Borderlands 3 DLC, and I had no interest in them. They kind of look boring to be honest anyway, in my opinion. A lot of people said they weren't that good. The same goes to the second season pass. A lot of people didn't like the season pass because it was like trying to copy a barrier or some crap like that. I don't play the game, so I don't care. Even the freaking, what was it, Mario Game or something? That's like one of the biggest Borderlands 3 shooters. Fucking what? Even some of the modders and that couldn't play that much compared to Borderlands 2. Story was freaking awful. The story's not really replayable either because you got these cutscenes and all that. Borderlands 3, I gotta be straight up honest with you, is kind of sexist in the game. Honestly. Like, seriously, like, there's just, I don't know what it is. It's like, you barely learn. I thought they would have made Mordecai the boss. Honestly, I was shocked when they made Lilith in charge. Lilith was a fuck up in Borderlands 2. And Mordecai kind of led the Vault Hunters and the Crimson Raiders to save Lilith from Handsome Jack in the second game. I really thought I was going to say, they're either going to make Rick or they're either going to make Mordecai the boss of like Century and all that, and they made Lilith, and I'm like, Lilith is a fuck up. Why the fuck would they pick Lilith? Then the fact that they made Tannis like a fucking like Angel 2.0, like what? And don't get me started with all the bad meme, the bad jokes and that the villains had. Tyreen and Troy, fucking awful villains, man. I would even say the first game. The first game villain had a better villain. In fact, even Borderlands the pre-sequel. Granted, they turned out about because Borderlands, obviously Borderlands pre-sequel, Handsome Jack wasn't the main villain. It was like I forgot her name, but it was a more interesting character, let's just say that. Oh, then the doppelgangers. See, my problem with Borderlands 2 as well. Why did they make... I don't get this, see. Borderlands 1, it makes sense why they made the bandits most of the demo and most of the game, right? That makes sense, though. They did eventually. The game does end in Atlas, but they did expand upon it in the DLCs. Borderlands 2 started with Hyperion with the main enemy. Borderlands 3 decided, let's go back to bandits. Let's make bandits the main villain. You know, let's make the bandits the main enemy you fight. Then don't get me started in freaking Maui one. Oh my god, don't get me started on that moon mission, it was freaking horrible. Characters weren't that really interesting either. I'm fine if you're, as I said, the problem with Borderlands 3 was they tried to push the agenda about LGBTQ. I respect if you're an LGBT part of the LGBT community. I respect you. Good for you. But geez, see these game developers and all that. They need to push this and push this in games. And honestly, just felt like they were pushing too much diversity and all that. It's just. Oh. I'm fine. As I said, I'm fine with female characters being leads, but come on. What the frick, man? There's practically no male characters during the story, and there's one. That useless guy, is that Atlas leader guy? It's kind of stupid. What the fuck? You know what I mean? So yeah, I got if I Borderlands 3 was on this tier list, it's going D tier. I'm sorry, I really don't like the game. The loot system is awful as well. When the game first came out, you just go offline, right? And you kill this loot midget and you drop like 10 legendaries. Honestly, made absolutely no point in fixing looting. And what's it called? What's that thing? It was we replaced the overpower levels, instead of trials. You had mayhem levels, and it was so bad. The first three mayhem levels when the game first came out were alright. I would say that was actually the best mayhem. Mayhem 4 kind of ruined things. Then they brought up to Mayhem 10 and just absolutely destroyed the game. The meta is a lot worse than Borderlands. It was only then the level cap, I think it's only got 65 into it. Like seriously? I expected the level cap to be like 100 in Borderlands 3. It's like they're going to increase the level cap to like 100. And finally, that Dragon Keep game that's going to be coming out. I don't have an interest in that. We'll see. They might make that game interesting. Tiny Tina game. That may be a really interesting game. Since it's kind of like Borderlands, but it's different. I'm a little bit looking forward to that game, but I'm going to wait till reviews and all that come out of that game first. Then I'll consider if I pick it up. Anyway, that's going to be the video. I probably made this a lot longer than I should have done. But I absolutely love the Borderlands franchise. And we'll be playing Borderlands 2 probably soon. Maybe the next month or two, I would say. We're finishing off Dying Light. Then we're probably going to move to Halo Reach because I need to fly through the Halo franchise before Infinite comes out. Because I've not done any of that content. I do some Halo videos and that, but I've not done the actual games, streaming them. So we need to do that. Then I'll probably do Borderlands 2 after Halo Reach. Then I will decide that I might do a Star Wars game or I might do a Call of Duty game. Might do a Call of Duty game. But I don't really care about this year's Call of Duty. I also need to do the Battlefield franchise as well. All the games come out as well. I've got a lot of games to do for live streaming. Subscribe. You can do always. And schedule, I may as well explain schedule a little bit instead of no fact. Frick it, was explain schedule as well. For schedule, Sundays tier list as always. Mondays live stream, Tuesdays day off. Maybe a video sometimes on Tuesday. Wednesdays a live stream, walk through live stream. Thursdays walk through live stream. Fridays walk through live stream. I might make Monday a random live stream, but I think I'm going to do a walk through live stream. For the time being. Saturday, I take Saturdays off. No matter what, I might do a video every now and then. Record a video obviously. Sunday's tier list. That's the video. Make sure to subscribe, like, tierlist, as you guys do. And we'll be back. I'll see you all tomorrow with time like 4, 3, don't matter.